as far as we changes our lives, we go out and change other people's lives. So on that note, I don't know if he's ready, but ask Mufareh. The floor is all yours, my brother.
I'm ready, my brother. Everyone, I hope you can hear me fine.
Perfect.
Give me a thumbs up. Perfect. You're doing great. I wish I didn't have to comment. Stop the joy, because you're killing it. I appreciate everything you're doing with everyone here. Your presence and your support is very highly appreciative. So we are definitely keeping the momentum, and I believe that we just touched up on how great was the feedback last week, and it's given us even more energy. We're more pumped as of today, just because of your desire toward a better chapter and success. It looks like everybody's ready for that change, and we've talked about the necessity and importance of change in this journey, and pretty much in every aspect of our life. So it's inevitable, but this time we're doing it more cautious and more conscious, the transformation. So change is inevitable. Perhaps the the transformation is what I call it. It's a choice. You don't have to, okay, like be stuck with certain details. As long as you do it strategically and wisely. I was trying to give my best attention throughout the week. It hasn't been a week. Tomorrow will be a week. And I was trying to see what topic seems to be most important. I want to hear more about it. Either from the topics we've covered last week, we want to build on it, or something we might have missed and you want to hear more on that topic. I see Chris is on the spotlight. As you're doing this purposely?
I did. Okay. Marty put me on the spotlight. It should be your sexy head.
Yeah, well, or I would love both, because I like split screen. You know, I don't want to. The worst thing is just watching myself.
No, you're on spotlight to YouTube.
Okay, got it. Okay, the speaker, obviously. I get
it. Yeah, you're looking at Chris because I don't know why, but anyway.
Yeah, that it's a pleasure, better than seeing myself, though. I just want to make sure this is what you wanted. So my quick adamant is people are more eager about the next thing, which is quite healthy and assuring and comforting that
he changes our lives, we go out and lives. So on that note, I don't know if he's ready, but ask Mufareh. The floor is all yours, my brother.
I'm ready, my brother, and everyone. I hope you can hear me fine.
Perfect.
Give me a thumbs up. Perfect. You're doing great. I wish I didn't have to comment to stop the joy, because you're killing it. I appreciate everything you're doing with everyone here, and your support is very highly appreciative. So we are definitely keeping the momentum, and I believe that we just touched up on how great was the feedback last week, and it's given us even more energy. We're more pumped as of today, just because of your desire toward a better chapter and success. It looks like everybody's ready for that change, and we've talked about the necessity and importance of change in this journey, and pretty much in every aspect of our life. So it's inevitable, but this time we're doing it more cautious and more conscious, the transformation. So change is inevitable. Perhaps the the transformation is what I call it's a choice. You don't have to, okay, uh, like be stuck with certain details. As long as you do it strategically and wisely. I was trying to give my best attention throughout the week. It hasn't been a week. Tomorrow will be a week. And I was trying to see what topic seems to be most important that you want to hear more about it. Either from the topics we've covered last week, we want to build on it, or something we might have missed and you want to hear more on that topic. I see Chris is on the spotlight. I just want to make sure that you're doing this purposely.
Okay,
Okay.
Marty, they put me on the spotlight. It should be your sexy head.
Yeah, well, or I would love both because I like split screen. I don't want to. The worst thing is just watching myself.
No, you're on spotlight to YouTube.
Okay, got it. Okay, the speaker, obviously. I get it.
Yeah, you're looking at Chris because I don't know why, but anyway.
Yeah, that it's pleasure. Better than seeing myself, though. I just want to make sure this is what you wanted. So my quick analysis to what happened is people are more eager about the next thing, which is quite healthy and assuring and comforting that we're not stuck in the past. Yes, we understand it is necessary to change, but what's next? So the focus was there, and I believe there has been a massive number, probably hundreds, if not more than that, received of some suggested topics or questions. I have a few, basically most common, repeated one. Let's be specific. I have 15 questions right here, and I thought 80% of these questions, or the nature of these questions, is about the next business. Okay, so I would try to do my best to please you on that aspect. Now, what I thought, okay, would be helpful, I will assume that these are the things that you want to know about, just my personal, estimate or assumption. Okay, so let's go over that. So we've talked about how change is inevitable and growth and the exact specific transformation is optional. Okay, as long as we do it in a strategic way, and the transformation has to be conscious, conscious and cautious choice. So not necessarily just to change for the sake of change, right? It has to be an up, a topping what we've built before. We cannot just say, we're just going to change. No, it is inevitable. It happens everywhere, not just in business or our business. It's not unique to us. It happens everywhere. How do you change? How do you and compound your success to a higher ground? That is what I want you to start with me. We're not repeating so much of the past. We've got the transformation is going to be more careful, more cautious, less talking. Our actions are going to beat our, conversation or words. So I'll try to satisfy your curiosity about where exactly are we now? Okay, are we at the moment in terms of business and what is happening in this phase? And even I'm gonna, spoil you more to touch up on when do we move on to the timing. Okay, so I'll be able to touch up on those as well, and I will okay, what is exactly the next chapter? What is the next business or the new model? All right. So I'll dive to that and keep possible to allow more creators here. I'm actually excited myself to see faces or perhaps in a while. So it's quite humbling. Now, where are we now? Okay, exactly. We are in passive. Let's not talk about the moon. Okay, we're still on planet Earth, and we're quite aware of a troubled year, which was in 2024, as and it broke down to the point where we had to stop and change or shift our direction. That was quite obvious, and we chose not to speak publicly or to share it, all the details in at the wrong time. So we want to speak when things are pretty much are more clear and more tangible, solid, more stable. All right, we don't want to do that. So it is really, really important to talk about what did we learn from that experience, okay, and how and things really are not going to be repeated, because we saw the results where those activities or actions have taken us to. So we know we had thicker marketing. Okay, it's a good thing but ahead of our production. I'll say it as blunt as that. Okay, and it sounds like we have felt we are there already. Success is an end. This is my evaluation. We felt that we got it, we killed it. The numbers are massive. Everybody's loving it, and it's a done deal. Mentally, do it or die. We go there, and everybody was living it. It's like I literally know people were shopping for their dream materialistic goals. Okay, no joke, no joke. So we got ahead of ourselves. Okay, and from the questions we started to have at the end about our technologies and the AI, it sounded like more science fiction. So we went too far in our expectations, our marketing. It wasn't quite aligned. We all know how, I believe, the bigger the dream. But one important thing we talk about also is who's on your team. That will determine the quality of your dream and how and if your dream actually arrive is reachable in the first place. So we did well with the numbers, not quite well with the quality. I believed that we can take those individuals, I'm talking about the heads, we can take them to the top with us. I believe you have to take a risk if you want to save time, instead of just, doing the procedures and business tactics, which you take time, probation, all of that, and the hiring and the appraisal and the promotion and all of that. If we go through that process, will take us longer. Okay, but thought I'll take risk, I'll overstaff, and I'll give, as long as they're good people. Okay, ethically, the skill is easy to obtain or to acquire. So I was more focused on the character. If I trust so and so, They don't have the skill yet. We will evolve together. We can grow together. I share with them what I have. I give them lots of flexibility and freedom. Never going to treat them as a boss or as employees. I treated them as partners. That's a mistake I have learned firsthand. Fear sounds like it's out of a good heart, out of a good intention. Yeah, sure, good people. Let's take them to the top with us. We grow together, no problem. Okay, it's all of that. But as you may know, I always say you attract who you are. But I learned not who you want, and that's the best part. I'll explain that to you why it's the best part. So I did attract some of these, or I'm not now. Let me differentiate. Okay, we're talking about leaders in the market. It's yourselves who are choosing to ride along in this journey. All those great individuals on this platform, and those who are listening live. Okay, now we believe we've attracted the right people. On the corporate side, we didn't have much choices because I wasn't in charge of that. It's not like, okay, sounds like people were more attracted to the business concept, maybe to myself, a little bit of it, but more to the benefits. And the mistake that happened, naively, the character wasn't, vetted as we should. We should have really had more care and cautiousness. So we did attract the numbers. Yeah, bigger team on both sides. I'm talking about the but the people on the corporate side, okay, and by all means, they're people who are sisters and brothers. I will take a bullet for them. They're friends, but they went, under the feet in the swamp because of the action of others. So it's an unfair, as it was unfair for myself, and so many other individuals or families who are having, a good life. Now, the character isn't good. Their focus wasn't, their heart, not in the right place. No matter what we've tried to do to take them to a higher ground, to evolve and grow in leadership, in technical skill level, they wouldn't go because the intention isn't clean. It's about monetary and benefits and control and so forth. But the good news, I was more focused on my relationship with you. Now talking about the market side. And we were quite successful to get to know each other more and more. Only that we've attracted who we are because it was a choice, and you were not getting paid per se salary nor commissions, or you came by choice, and I was not getting paid to give you my vision or my heart, my passion. It was quite voluntarily from both sides, but it's a strong desire and passion towards something that we believe we can make it happen together. And that has the drive to continue even when things were not clear or sounds like doomed. And here we are today. forget everything in terms of, those setbacks, stabs, backstabbing, all of that. Forget all of that. The reward is much greater because success is not what you do in a day or two or a year. It's all like over all your career. Okay. And as long as you stay truthful to your character, tough times reveal the true character. We all know that. Everybody is lovey-dovey, nice when things are.
That's true. Now that Mufareh is speaking of how you want to identify the true character of a person is by identifying the hard times or hardship times. That's when you get the true character of a person. Let's continue listening.
Fine. Easy. Tough. When there's a turbulence, you see the true character. And I have to tell you, my friends here, we are made of gold because we're connected in such a way 100% optional, voluntarily, we do this. You're not forced to be here. Your show, like your time, your presence, you're, in fact, that's 80-90% of success. I didn't up. You cannot succeed, or you have zero to succeed in something you're not in it. Now, as long as you're in it and you have the right intention, the right character, you've attracted good people as well. Yourself attracted. We do believe we have what it takes to be successful. No problem. It didn't happen. No problem. But make no mistake, where we're going is what matters. Because where we are now today, or the past is gone. We got the lesson. Where we are today is not permanent. In a few years, it will be over. It will be history, and I change it. But where we're going is what matters to us the most. So where are we now? So we're in a troubled company in Malta, and now we have to go. It became obviously important to change. But before we're in that phase right now, transformation requires a ton of these actions. Strategically, we have to get through them. There are a few things we have before we move on to that next chapter.
You know, the good.
More specific to you. More specific. One thing with you, and help me out, okay?
The one thing I love about Mufareh is that it talks of the thing to pass. He is sure of what matters. He knows what is happening and he knows what will happen thereafter. So the moment he tells us that he needs some time to prepare something concrete, it's true, we need to give him that space. And do you know what he mentioned in this video? It is what is happening right now. And that he said that he will make sure that whatever has been breached, it will never be repeated once again. And getting into it is more stronger than what we have already passed. So it is time for us to listen to him and make good conclusions out of this video?
Is before we talk about the next chapter, we have to have a proper mindset and an upgraded culture. We're not going to be talking about how successful we are. We're not going to be talking about how good, we're winning all. We're not going to do that. This time around, we're going to make it silently, quietly. We're going to win first, and then we can blab about it. I've seen people so, like, all the times. They're thinking about a trip to Dubai. And they're living like as they own the town. And they even haven't booked the ticket, or they didn't take off, or all that. What I'm trying to do now, this time around, we're not going to talk about it. I don't have to blab about it. We're going to do it. And I'm using that as an example, but we're talking about a bigger business scale, okay? And I'm not going to talk about, I'll be making this much, or we have 1, 2, 30, 50 products before actually living them, trying them. We're not going to talk about that. We've learned that lesson. We're not going to grow and win backward. Actions must beat conversation and talking and marketing. Success shouldn't be Instagrammable or whatever, TikTok or whatever. So we have to do it. It matters more that you actually do it than talking about it. And I see people often like they talk too much and they brag too much. Because it's easier said than done. They continue the conversation to the point where they surpass the reality. So now they paint that picture to themselves and to others at 1 to 20 when they're actually in just step 2 in that journey they've laid out. If I'm using the same analogy in numbers, I'm going to say this time around, what we're going to do when we're in step 20, we'll talk of team. By the time we talk about 20, we'll be at 25, and so forth. Just an analogy. So now, I want to move to that. I hope you understand. We don't want to over exaggerate expectations in marketing, in claiming success before it happens. We must do it.
Now, I want us to think about this. Mufareh himself declared that it will come on, he will speak of the success of below the average of what we're supposed to know. That means if we are in level 20, we're going to talk about level 15. So that means successful deployment of the services. On our side, it will be 3/4 of what companies have attained successfully. Or, for example, we can say 50% success. We will be undergoing 40% success. We, as the audience of OnePassive, because to secure the future and the happenings at the time, we need to speak under time and under success. Let's
can talk about it. You don't even have to say it. When you're successful and you're doing good, and in reality, and you grow to where you want to go, I'll say it. People will recognize that. And does it really matter? Success is not about likes and clicks and views, and it doesn't reflect the true success or the true love or reality. I'm going to use a ridiculous, if Hitler was here and he has an X, like, okay, don't you think he would have like millions of followers? Even haters to Hitler would want to see what is he saying, right? Journalists, media, all of that. So it doesn't reflect that it's actual love or success. But change within and making that impact, like really difference, more impactful and more meaningful. My special dear Susie McCrae has a birthday. Happy birthday again yesterday. I have the term Yunzi I know, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't meet. There's a Susie on planet Earth right now. Come back. I know you know me, you like me to me. No, it's I meant she's the best I know. Period. I might know another one, but it's not coming to my head that she's number one. The reason I'm saying that, not because how good is Susie, it's because of the influence and impact, or at least in some way, she inspires me. Because there's people, most of people, they come to Earth, they leave unnoticeably or unnoticed, and they're just numbers. And there are people with them physically. There's still some way in your mind or make a difference. They inspire you to do better. I guarantee thousands of us collectively every day we think about, pick any name on the screen. I don't want to be, but just for the sake of illustration, who doesn't think Mr. DeBarmore, Johnson, or or Minu, even when they're not there, not because of how good they are to themselves, or if we're not doing anything in return. Or benedict. We wouldn't be thinking about the wisdom to lead you to, and that's why you would time and you trust others. Always get something, you wouldn't listen to Rich Redford, okay, whatever the time is, unless there is some return. Maybe things, more matters to you, and that's how so you give me what you have, I give you what I have. Collectively, we have, or we form that greatness. Because one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. But a little bit of, and there are people just like you cannot have enough of them because they're always positive, that good vibe. Nothing is more destructive or life than being around negative people. That you don't want to become that. It's a choice to follow. Now to grow. If you're moving along in that transformation, clear and solid, I trust this, I believe in it, I am moving with a choice, my own choice. Nobody's forcing you to go along, right? And I'm talking to Luke right now. But it's a mistake. It's a massive mistake if you're going through just out of curiosity or somebody told you to do. See any creativity, from somebody who's forced to do a job or some type of activities. The best creativity accomplishments come with a passion, conviction in what you're doing. With the right people. Now, any other opinion, if you're with us, outside our sphere, it's a distraction to it. If they propose a better plan to you, I'll be happy to cheer for you. But don't take evaluations from somebody's either complete, bogus, ambiguous, personality, no track record success, no history. They haven't done anything good for here. Always, complaining and bitching about everything. Sure. They have tried, and they at least they're not going to diminish what you've achieved on your own or previously. Nothing worse than taking advice from someone who's less qualified than yourself. So we are all clear that we must change. We're all clear that this is not going to same as the past. We're going to have less talk about specifics. We can talk more about things when they're there. Now, the question is, when do we move to the next phase? Okay. That's short and sweet, to the point. Okay. We wouldn't talk of the next phase until completely detached from the previous culture or mindset. If you're in the same mentality, we're not ready, including myself. I am in the present now that to the next event, that's one. Second thing is, are not moving to on passive to. We're not moving to a refurbished on passive. I said it last time. We don't have any commonality between on passive and amateur. And you're not in it. Only Ash Mufareh. Only my product or office, country, one single staff member. None of that has moved or moved chapter. So mindset, okay, be that this is not repeating or repackaging. SEC case must be done. And then field preparation. What are we doing? What are we busy with right now? It's all about preparation, because I believe every day either you prepare for tomorrow or repair from yesterday. So either you prepare or you repair. For the last year or so, okay, we've been repairing and preparing. Repairing mistakes and, criminal acts of others, fatal mistakes that we had to fix because they were lack of experience, character, and they just got a position. Follow so and so because of what they've done for them. They didn't do anything for anybody, right? They just had a position. We had to listen to them, or others invited them, or we, kind of like sent them to attend events and all of that. So they thought they're like, oh, I'm the boss. I'm, an angel on earth, right? Because people can really get fooled by pictures or all that. It's only a title. Leaders are not taken by their title or position. Leaders get everybody ahead of them. People will follow the leaders, not a position. Leaders who have literally inspired them or somewhat transformed something in your life. I say it often, we do business with people we know. It's not the product, it's not the mechanics. 80%, if not more, it's about the nature of leaders, the type of people. Trust Mr. DeGarmo, I don't care what the product is. We can change that. I'll follow him. I'm comfortable doing that. Give me a superior product, mechanics, plan, whatever, with somebody who I don't know and I don't trust, I will follow. I'm not saying, okay, if, this is an area of my interest, that product or whatever, the journey, I'll do it. But the minute this transaction is over, let's say I buy the product or whatever, okay, our relationship is done. I'm not following the person. So it's transactional, not like based on relationship. That's why I believe about, by the way, is more powerful than what we've had before, for the reasons I will live in. So as we move forward, okay, we can expect, I'll give you, updates and progress on the SEC case on, we will communicate to see if we're mentally ready to start talking about the next phase and therefore, reveal. But technically it must be ready before we talk about it. So hypothetical display, I'm not going to be done. We're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, that's a dream. Okay. I'll come here on the screen. I'll walk you through the products. And I tell you, if you're impressed, take it. You don't have to. Not going to be talking about something you don't see. Not going to talk about a dream. On a personal side, I talk to you, I'll tell you all my passion, all my vision. Okay. Yes, no problem. I'm not having that as a secret. But when it comes to the mechanics, a specific product or whatever, or platform, we'll not talk about it. We'll put it out there. We'll tell you, here it is. And then we talk about how to get there and all of that, right? Live. So I'm going to say again, the questions mostly have been around the area of, the next chapter, about if I have team, could they come with me? How much, from the products or the percentages finished, all of that, etc. The stability, the security. Are we going to have something like, like OMail? Are we going to have sub-repeated? Okay. So I think I'm going to talk about the next chapter, more of what it is not. First, it is not on passive 2.0. It is not a money-making Ponzi. It is not a refurbished product. Have to. No. This is what we want. It is not going to be multi-level marketing. None. It is not a matrix. It's not a binary. None of that. Not multi-level marketing / MLM. It's not. It is not a passive income.
By this time, we must understand the psychology of our CEO. We must be able to identify the best part of this man, because he speaks with authority. He speaks because he knows what is happening, what might happen, and what will happen. So, if you listen carefully to this gentleman, that we love him so much, by the way. He is our mentor. He is our everyday career guide. And that's why we will never stop playing his videos. We will never stop watching his videos, because what he said several years ago, it looks like he is saying today. And that's why we are very, very proud. Founders, affiliates, speaking of this gentleman, speaking of this company, because he holds what we call substantial information that will change our lives for better. And this man, having understood the law of nature, the law of business, the law of ICT, the law of IT, and the current AI, artificial intelligence, it can be able to drive something that will change people's lives for better. And that's why we can never forget to say that this gentleman is a genius in this sector, because everyone is genius in his own ways. But this gentleman is super intelligent, that he knows when the problem is approaching and he knows how to tackle that. He has options that if one way is blocked, it can reopen the other. It can reopen the other one. And that's the character we want, guys. That's the future we want. So everyone on board should understand the character traits of our CEO. A very gentleman. And once he talks of things, he knows what he's speaking about. He speaks out of experience, out of his knowledge, because the life cycles itself. So, good friends, from the vision of this man, we are able to identify the livelihood for each and everyone, for more than 12.5 million affiliates, and the traffic and the massive traffic that will be coming after the relaunch comes back. Everyone must understand the best part of this company. And that's why we cannot ignore any single sentence that Mufareh speaks about. That's why I personally, I like going hand in hand, sentence by sentence, word by word to what he said several years ago. And that's what keeps me moving. Because any single word that he utters, he knows the importance and the magnitude it carries. And that's how we want it done. Thanks so much, friends, for your time, for listening to me. And let me give you some time to listen to Ashmufare, and we shall have a very beautiful and fantastic moments to wait for the relaunch time. Thanks so much. Take a look.
Program. It is not a. It is not a get rich scheme. And it is not a rebranded on passive. Nothing from on passive is in the next chapter. Nothing. Sure, the experience, the lessons, yeah. Employees, no locations, not a device, not a single line of code, not an image, not a website, none of that. Which brings us to say, we're not leaving. On passive is there, still has, even beyond the SEC settlement, there will be a few pending cases and matters that we have to settle and clear. I'll keep you posted on that as we go. To the point is like to what's important, how much you need to know. We don't need to throw too much on negativity. I know people are more intrigued by drama and all of that, but as a brother to you, it's not that productive. Our time, energy, and focus should be where we want to go, to things that actually will make a difference in your life and around you. You want to make an impact. You don't want to die just like that. It doesn't matter how much you have in your bank account, how tough you are. What matters is what you leave impact to the person next to you, behind you, around you. It is worth it. It is worth it. So keep your eyes on the goal, on the dream, not on the past, and just be more optimistic. Let's do it quietly. One of the mistakes we've learned that showing our success attracted the wrong people. We were a good hunt for them. And obviously we had criminals in-house, right? And them seeing your was so attractive to them. We're not going to boast or blab about that until we win. To me, it's like a naked chicken dancing in front of a box. Do that. You know about it. Your family's living it. That's all what matters. and the next business. So I kind of like said what is not, and be careful. I want to tell you upfront, don't ask me about questions. What about this? Because we've had our own passive. Don't reference new chapter. Why do you believe this is going to be a better success? I tell you what, we've done it before. It was success, good and bad, and we've taken and 5, 6 years with loyal, intelligent, sharp leaders. to clarify any point from what I.
Very good,
Okay.
Brother Ash. I think you hit everything. To me, my knowledge, you said more. I loved it. I want to keep this moving. So I'm going to bring Marty on first. And then if you would like to ask a question or say something, it's not required. Please raise. But I do want to concentrate on a lot of the new people, but I'm going to call everybody. Marty DeGarmo, the floor is yours, brother.
All right. Yeah, that's clear. Bringing up that when it comes to maybe you're talking about item number 10, that means 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 could already be done, but it wasn't ready to bring out. It's strategic. I love that idea. There's no reason to show all your cards, even though you have a Royal Flush. Show them one at a time when you need to. I love it. Definitely was a bad year, but I want to say something. As of right now, something like 1,900